Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols and I'm here to bring you your Nichols Worth, and today from Pro Libris Rebinding. Brendan Holmes did the only option available right now in the MEV other than the new Spiritual Warfare Bible which just released, but we wanted to go with a different type of leather, and I'm really excited to showcase this leather because it is extremely different. It is a pull-up goat skin. I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience reading through the MEV as well, because I'm getting through the book of Jeremiah, and that's where I quit last time. But this is a blue. It just says blue. We don't know what type of blue, but it's kind of a dark blue, really nice. But the pull-up effect isn't as pronounced as some of your cowhides, which I'll show you in a minute, but you can see it does have that nice little pull-up effect on it. But let's talk about Brendan's work for a minute, because this guy is really good, also a fellow reviewer. But we decided to go with silver on the spine, and that's because initially we had a text block that had silver gilding, but that one never got off to print. They discontinued it before it ever hit the store. I almost wish we'd went with bronze on the spine, but this silver and this blue does look really, really, really nice together. I love the simplicity of his logo. Really clean stamp work, beautiful spine hubs there, just excellent work. Really nice hand stitching, excellent tool line that hugs around the block. Really nice yap work here. Check that out. This is a full yap. Full yap is growing on me, y'all. I used to be more of a semi-yap guy, but I'm starting to pick up on this full yap thing. And then, of course, this has the bronze. Check that out. That bronze is beautiful. And then, look at that blue. Really nice and dark. Good stuff. Check out his corners. I mean, this guy doesn't miss anywhere. Silver gilt line, really nice and clean. Hugs up to that leather fold over. Really nice, clean, kind of narrow edge line tab, cut just shy, cornered right here so it doesn't have the edge of the leather exposed right there. Nice white tail bands and headbands. Really nice ribbons, 3 Beresford, nice and long, just like I like them. And then, when you open the Bible up, it lays good and flat too. Check that out. Look how that gutter just spreads really nicely. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and compare it to this one, and you can see the gutter action isn't a whole lot different there for having an edge line tab. So does it lay flat? Let's go ahead and take a look. We're in Exodus. We're in Genesis. Check this out. No training. I haven't done anything. And this thing is laying perfectly, beautifully flat. He did a beautiful job on the art gilding. I did not see a single page where there was any bleed onto the paper. I don't know if it's because of this paper or just because of his steady hand, but this is just beautiful, beautiful work. Highly recommend him. This is his 53rd rebind. Has done just an astounding job. But now let's real quickly compare this leather to some other pull-ups. First of all, I'm going to save this one for last because I think this is where it's most similar. But it does remind me a bit of Double Shot, because Double Shot kind of has that toughness to it, where it does have the pull-up, see, but it's just a little more tough. It also reminds me a little bit of the Badalassi Carlo in the color scheme, but this, the pull-up effect, is much more pronounced. I really like that, where this, you don't have much of a pull-up effect. Another thing about this that I noticed is, much like this, where you scratch it and you can heal it just by rubbing it out. See that scratch right there? You can do the same thing. Just rub it right out. So that's really cool. The reason I compare it similar to the Pueblo, this is the Badalassi Pueblo, is because this does tend to discolor when it gets wet or when you touch it. You can see a spot right there where my hand was sweating, got a little dark spot there, a little dark spot there, but I actually like it. Another thing I like about this is, check it out. When you roll it, look what it does to the grain. It makes that grain pop even more. So really cool. So it almost kind of reminds me of a Horween as well. But this is excellent, excellent work by Brendan Holmes with Pro Libris. But I did promise you that I was going to share a couple of little experiences with my read-through of the MEV so far. And I'm going to do more of the poetry and the prophetic books on my third part of my MEV read-through. But I want to go ahead and show you something at the beginning of Job. I thought this was interesting. That word there in the Hebrew is Hasatan, which literally means the adversary. Almost every translation translates that, then Satan answered. But this says, and the adversary answered, in capital A. I'm going to tell you something. This struck me as a little odd at first, but I kind of like that. I think it's really an interesting touch, and It's very literal. And then there was one spot that made me laugh in Ecclesiastes, which Ecclesiastes is my least favorite book of the MEV so far. I am blazing through Jeremiah, which really usually holds me up. I blaze through Isaiah, which really usually holds me up. But I just found this hilarious. So this is remembering the Lord when you're young, because when you get older, things get more difficult. And apparently, the caperberry plant was an aphrodisiac in ancient culture. So it was a sexual stimulant. So I put the what, haha, because that is not literal. That word aphrodisiac there is supplied. And that's one of my knocks against the MEV, is I wish they would italicize those supplied words to let you know. The only other translation I know that handled it this way, as it was a sexual stimulant, is the NLT. Every other one said caperberry plant fails or something to that effect. So they want you to know that in ancient culture, that was considered an aphrodisiac. Thought you'd find that interesting. Anybody read the MEV? Next time when I give you my complete analysis of the Old Testament, I'm also going to add an Excel sheet in my description that shows you in a lot of places where the 2024 and the 2014 differ. It's not completed. I've got a friend that's been helping me put this together, and I thought you'd want to see where the differences are. It's missing a few books in the Old Testament, but overall he did a phenomenal job, and I want you to be able to see that. God bless you. Keep calm. Jesus on. This is your Nicholsworth.